Hey, what is going on? So, I thought I'd make a little advanced video on my X marks the spot system. Um, I know it can get a little bit confusing. Some of my viewers commented that they don't understand a few things, so I'm just going to go over it one more time in detail so there's no confusion. So I hope this helps. Okay, so first of all, like I said, the X marks the spot system is going to be done in two sequences, okay? So you're going to do them in rows of three. So this would be one sequence right here, okay? And this would be the other sequence right here. All right, so always two sequences, okay? One, two, just remember that. All right, so you're gonna wait. Okay, first of all, your bet placements, okay? So your bet placements are gonna be, you're gonna watch this one, okay? So this is actually not a bet placement, my bad. So you're gonna watch what comes up here, okay? And then you're gonna bet the opposite over here, okay? If you miss, you're going to bet the opposite again over here. All right? If you miss again, this is your next bet, the opposite right over here. If you happen to miss again, this would be the last bet. Okay? Again, all opposites to this right over here. Okay? So if this comes banker, right, you're going to bet player over here, 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 and here. Okay? Now, basically what this is, X marks the spot. I'm hoping that this doesn't come up. You see this X right here? A banker X or a player X. I'm hoping that this doesn't happen when I walk up to a table, sit down, and then play the X marks the spot strategy, okay? Most of the time this doesn't come up. This is a real moneymaker for me. You know what I mean? You just have to know when to walk away. So basically, you do two sequences, right? In threes, okay? You see how there's a row of three up here and down here? One, two. When you win a sequence, let's say you win the first one, you stop playing that sequence. You move on to the second one, okay? So let's say I play this and I win, okay? Now I'm gonna keep playing this, right? Until I win. Okay, I'm not gonna play this anymore because this sequence is finished. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So once you've completed both sequences, right, whether a win or a loss, once you've completed the X, more wins than losses, by the way, you could start over. You could start over on another sequence, over on this side. Okay, just remember, it has to be sequences of two. All right, I hope that makes sense. Also, one more thing about the tie. So usually I like to mark my own score sheets, because if you go to Wizard of Odds or if you're playing at a live dealer, usually they will also put down the ties on the scorecard, which can mess up your system here, right? It's going to look confusing. So I recommend either writing it on a sheet of paper, or what you could do is download an app, which I did on my phone. Okay, there's a Baccarat scorecard app, and do it that way. But when a tie comes up, make sure you do not record it. It means nothing. Pretend it never happened. All right? We're just going to stick to banker and player so we don't mess up the system. All right, I hope this makes sense. Let's go over to the Wizard of Odds. Since I can't play live at a casino, you know, we got the coronavirus going. Can't wait until it's over. So let's go over to the Wizard of Odds, and I'm going to play a couple more. I'm going to play a little more deeper into the shoes so you could see how this strategy works out, okay? X marks the spot. Let's go. All right, back on the Wizard of Odds here. So I have my scorecard on my phone, which I'm going to be recording manually because I don't want to record any ties, remember? So let's go ahead, clean shoe. Okay, banker. Let's record banker. Okay, we're going to skip the second hand, remember? All right. So since the first hand was banker, what do? We bet the opposite because we're trying to avoid. We're going to say that there's going to be no X. All right. So opposite of banker is player. So let's do that. Let's go $25. All right, we lost. There was a banker. Remember, that was the first sequence. Remember what I said? How there's two sequences? So this was the first one. Now we're on to the second one. Okay, we lost the first sequence, so we have to continue betting there when the opportunity comes. Okay, which would the next bet would be down here, in the middle, right? Because it would try to form an X. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So let's go over to the second sequence. We have to see what this will be, a banker or a player. So we're going to take a free hand. Banker. All right, let's take another free hand. Player. All right, so since the second sequence it started as a banker, we're going to go opposite. We're going to bet player. So let's do that. All right, we lost that. Okay, so we've lost both sequences on the first bet. All right, so we continue on both sequences since we lost on our first two bets. Okay, so we're going to take a free hand here and then bet player right in the middle. Okay, so let's take a free hand. All right, player. Now we're going to bet in the middle. Player. Okay, you see what I'm saying with the ties? It records it here, right? This would mess you up, so good thing I have it on my scorecard, right? See, I don't need to put it here, so I would just go ahead and delete that. This is what I mean when I tell you guys to record it on a sheet of paper or on a scorecard app. So let's just repeat that bet. The ties mean nothing. All right, banker. Okay, so we still lost the first sequence. Okay, I'm not going to look at this anymore because I have it on my scorecard. All right, let's take a free card. Another tie. Skip. Don't worry about it. Player. All right, we need to take another free card. Banker. All right, we're on the second bet of the second sequence, right? So since it was a banker, we're going to bet player for the middle part. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we got a hit there. Now since we got the hit, what do? We don't play the second sequence anymore. Okay, so the second sequence is done. Now what haven't we got a hit on yet? The first sequence. So we're going to continue playing the first sequence until we get a hit. All right, so let's just take another free card. All right, player. All right, so we're back on the first sequence. Do you guys remember where and when the next bet is? So it would be right over here. Okay, we missed this one, we missed that one, so now we're on this one. Make sense? All right, so we're gonna bet player. Okay, so that was a player. All right, so since we hit sequence 1 and 2, we are done. We could restart. All right, we didn't make that much money, right? But you see what I mean? We missed a couple times and we're still not in the hole. We're actually up $10. Whatever. Okay, so here, I won't restart this shoe. Let's keep this shoe. I'm going to restart my scorecard just so it's easier on the eyes, right? You could just restart this. Another thing you could do is be completely random and unpredictable and just look, you just keep dealing. You come in randomly at a table, which makes it harder for the casinos to replicate what you're going to do. In this case, we're doing X marks the spot, right? So I'll do one more and then we could start. All right, so here we go. Clean scorecard. Let's do it again. Alright, so let's take a free hand. I hope I'm explaining this a little better than my first video. Alright, banker. So I recorded banker. We need to take another free hand, and then we will bet player. It's a banker again. So X marks the spot. We're going to do opposite of banker. So let's go 25 on player. Alright, we lost that one. Let's record that. We're on the second sequence, remember? So let's take a free card. Alright, banker again. Alright. Free card. Tie. We don't care about ties. We have our own score sheet. Banker. Wow. It's on a streak right now. Alright, so we're gonna bet on player. Opposite of banker. The second sequence is also opposite to banker. So let's do that. Alright, we lost that. So we lost the first and second sequence, correct? So we have to continue playing both of them. Alright, so let's take another free card. Banker again. Damn. Let me see this. Oh, look at this. 7 in a row. That's alright. We took a free card. Alright, our next bet is still player. Guys, stick to the X marks the spot strategy. Don't look at this. Don't worry about this. We're not following this, okay? We're sticking to our system. So we're on the middle bet now, okay? We're on the middle bet. Let's see. What was I on? Oh, okay. So let's do 50 on player. Damn, banker is on a roll. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys why this works. Look, banker is on a roll, okay, but we're still gonna stick to our system. All right, we're gonna take another free card. Player. Finally, it ended. Where did that end? Damn. Here we go. After 8. All right. So another free card. Banker. All right. We're up on the second bet of our second sequence, which is player. Okay. All right. So since we hit on our second sequence, what do we do? What do we do, guys? So we stop the second sequence. We didn't hit on our first sequence, so we're going to continue that one. All right. So we're going to let's take a free card. Second sequence is done. We hit. All right, player. All right, time for the third bet. Okay, or should I say, yeah, the third bet on the first sequence. All right, so we're going to go with player. All right, banker. Take a free card. Player. Okay, here's our last bet on this first sequence. If this hits a banker, it would make X marks the spot, which we didn't want. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so it did not complete the X. Okay, see, it's very hard for for them to complete the X, right? If you walk in randomly, it's very hard. So we hit there. We're still not too high in profit, okay? But this is what I'm saying. You don't wipe your whole bankroll out, all right? If I were to do martingale, you know what I mean? It's a little more risk, okay? So, I mean, you're still up $5. It's not much, so we're going to do another sequence. Should we stay on the same shoe? I mean, yeah, let's stay on the same shoe. Let's just see. Okay, so I'm going to wipe my scorecard. All right. So here, let's just deal 2 hands. We're going to come in randomly, remember? You don't have to wait until the column's done. The more unpredictable, the better. Okay, so let's start it now. All right, so let's take a free hand. All right, player. Take a free hand. Banker. So the first hand was, on our scorecard, was player. Opposite of player is banker. So let's do that. All right, we lost that. We take a free card. Banker. So that was our second sequence bet. We know that it's a banker, so we have to go opposite. We take one more free card and then go player. Okay, so now we're going to go player. Oh, I missed the last. What was the last hand? Player, player. Okay, sorry. I forgot to record it on my score sheet. There we go. Okay, so we won the second sequence, but we did not win the first one. So let's continue on the first one. All right. The second sequence would be here. Let's take one more free card. All right. The second sequence would be this bet right here in the middle, right? So let's do that. What was this? Player. All right. So opposite of player is banker. So let's go ahead and do that. 25. Tie. We don't record ties. Just bet it again. Oh man. Okay, player. 2 ties back to back. All right, we still haven't won the first sequence, right? So we're going to take some free cards here. Banker. Remember, we don't bet on the second sequence now. I'm just skipping it because we won. Remember what I said, when you win, you stop playing that sequence until you've won both. Okay, so I'm going to skip the second sequence because we've already won. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I just want to be super clear and detail oriented in this video so there's no confusions. Okay, so we're back on the first sequence. All right, we are on this bet right here. Okay, so remember, we lost this, we lost this. So now we're on the top right corner here. Okay, so let's go ahead and bet there. So opposite of player is banker. We lost that. Take a free card. And the last one would be an X marks the spot bet. We hope it doesn't do it. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So we won there. All right. So we've won both sequences, right? Yes, it can be a slow grind sometimes, guys, but you know, it's better than losing money. We're up $11.25, not much, right? So we're gonna continue until we hit a healthy amount. I feel like the shoe's gonna finish though. So, let's see. Let me clear my scorecard. All right. All right, let's just remember the 11.25 profit here, okay? I'm gonna refresh it because I feel like the shoe is gonna finish. So let's go ahead and refresh. So let's just pretend we've walked away and we're at another table now. So we're sitting down at another table. Let's go ahead and deal. Brand new scorecard. We're up 11.25. Okay, we don't count ties. Banker. Okay, so take a free card here and then bet player. That was player. So we're gonna bet player. All right, so finally we win on the first try. All right, so I'm up $25 plus 11.25, which would be 36.25. You know, let's go for one more hit because we still got the second sequence to go. So we're done with the first one since we got a hit, right? Let's take a first card. All right, player, free card, player, opposite of player, banker. All right, there we go. So at this point, I'd get up, you know, 48.75 plus the 11 we want. So we're close to just a little above 60 bucks, right? So it depends on your unit size too. You know what I mean? So at this point, I'd get up, take a little break, have some coffee, grab a bite, and then come back and then do this again. So I just wanted to demonstrate going for a longer period of time, right? For you guys to see how this works. It can be a slow grind sometimes, but sometimes you could just hit it right away because it's very hard for them to, if you just randomly walk up to a table and sit down, it's very hard for the casino to know that you're going for the X marks the spot, right? They have to get it exactly right. You know what I mean? So the more unpredictable, the better. So this is how the strategy works. I hope this is a more clear video. Right? I know there's a little confusion on the first video. It was only 5 minutes, 6 minutes long. So I didn't get a chance to explain it to its potential. So there you go, guys. Don't count ties. bring a sheet of paper or download this app, make your own scorecards, and choose your betting system, right? Since this is 8 maximum bets, right? Some people do like to go martingale. You could go for that. You could go for Oscar's grind. It really doesn't matter. Just don't blow your whole bankroll. Okay? So if you still have questions, let me know. But this was a more advanced video on the X marks the spot. Let me know how it goes for you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right? Ciao.